Hey, Kyle here from Animist Ecology. In this video, I want to talk about rewilding mindfulness and why we need to take mindfulness out of the classroom, out of offices, out of our homes, and practice it more in nature, in wild places that inspire our spirit, that connect us with the spirit of nature, the breath of the forest, the breath of the trees and the plants all around us, where we can tune into that and rewild our spirit, our senses, and really have this deeper experience of the world. So mindfulness comes from Buddhism and comes from the teachings of the Buddha. And Buddha was raised in this, very civilized, privileged environment in a castle as a prince. And he left that to go live in the forest, to essentially become a forest dweller and to teach in the forest and meditate under trees and beside, rivers and on mountains. And he taught outside primarily, not in temples, not in classrooms of his day. He taught outside. He reached enlightenment meditating under a Bodhi tree. So Buddha had this intense connection with trees. And trees are almost like this inspiration for meditation because they operate at a totally different time scale than us. Scientists now say they have some sort of a heartbeat. They have a way of breathing, but it's way more slow than the way we do things. And we can learn a lot from this, the stability and the peacefulness of trees, just being around them. And I think rewilding is often something that's attributed to animals, right? Taking animals that have been in domesticated conditions, in zoos, and then training them to restore their instincts so they can survive in the wild. But that's what we need to do to our children today. That's what we need to do to adults today. We need to rewild their instincts so that they can understand their connection to nature. And often we think that we just need to educate people better about environment to make people more, sustainable in their living and more thoughtful about how they treat nature. But really we need to take people to different environments where they can tune into those environments and they can restore their natural instincts that have been dulled by this screen reality we spend so much of our time in. And by doing that, we become more creative, we become more curious. Nature is the ultimate place for group problem solving, for figuring out things, for discovery, novelty, unpredictability, complexity, all these things that inspire us. So we should be taking learning outside and teaching not just how to identify the world around us and understand it, but to connect with it and understand it on a deeper level through, rewilding and mindfulness. So we today, really, our kids are raised in like a zoo. Like schools are like zoos, these little boxes we live in where we have very little connection to the real world of nature. And there's no wonder that people are on all these drugs today and have all these mental and physical problems because biologically we're not designed by evolution to be so sedentary. And the sedentary lifestyle is the root of so many of our problems today. And it's also the root of our disconnection from nature. If we spent more time in nature, if we were taught how to tune into it, how to develop this embodied awareness in nature, we would love it. We would have this biophilia to make us want to protect it. And you're watching this video, you probably have that. But we should be spreading this. We should be spreading embodied mindfulness practices, practice in nature, and we can start doing it ourselves by going out with our friends, with our family, inviting people, and just having these experiences in wild places where we tune into the natural elements, we tune into all the living, breathing, more than human life around us, and we connect with that through our hearts, through our felt, experience, this feeling sense of heartfelt awareness that is like increasingly rare in our world today. We're taught up here. We live in our heads in a world of anxiety and constantly worrying about the future and projecting ourselves in the future. But mindfulness is this present, non-judgmental awareness. And we can use it to really tune into natural environments that inspire us, that heighten our curiosity, that make us flow with natural rhythms better. And when we do that, life becomes a lot better. And our physical and mental problems diminish without having to take any expensive remedies or even pills often, right? We can just change our environment, we can rewild our environments, and that can have a huge impact on our health. So I think really that's my thoughts on rewilding, how we need to undomesticate humans and give humans this connection to their natural instincts again, which gives them a sense of power and confidence and connection. And we need to develop our senses through mindfulness of really paying attention on purpose, to the present moment experience, this felt presence of our immediate experience in our body, this embodied mindfulness, rather than just this kind of mentalized mindfulness where we're kind of, I'm not being mindful, not being mindful. A lot of times we're not mindful because we're spending too much time sedentary, too much time in the wrong environments, and we're not really developing our senses outside and moving and connecting in that way. So try practicing mindfulness in nature, take more people out, spread mindfulness in nature, spread rewilding, and I really believe we can change our perception, how we see ourselves, and solve this planetary crisis where we have disharmony on almost every level of the civilization that's global today. And we have to really rewild to really reconnect to nature and stop the destruction and stop, this way of life that has no future. So I hope you learned something from this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. And if you have any thoughts on rewilding and your own practice of mindfulness in nature, please hit me up in the comments and share with the audience here. So again, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day, and may the forest be with you.